Before we move on and actually talk about some of the specific middleware components we're going to use in our web applications, I'd like to very quickly spend a moment and clarify the importance of ordering in middleware. As I mentioned, the middleware, the Express and Connect, basically just work by flowing through these components, whether they be middleware components or URL routes, and going until somebody doesn't call the next function. If everybody calls the next, then it just throws an error saying, I don't know what to do with the incoming request. If somebody doesn't recall, if somebody does not call the next function, then it just unrolls and sends the response based on that. So there is an implicit ordering to this. You'll see that these go through, and whenever somebody's done, the next one is not executed. To demonstrate this, I'd actually like to show what happens if I put the app.use here at the very end for response time. I'm going to restart my server, and let's just ask for pages home again. And you'll see now that I no longer get that response time header, because what's happening is the pages page home handler here is saying, oh, I want that. It's calling this function and it's not calling next. So our sort of like layer cake or sort of onion of layers here is never getting to this handler. So you do need to think a little bit about the ordering of things. And another case where that can be interesting, of course, is let's say I want to add some support for some additional URLs. So right now I have pages home, but maybe I want to have pages album / Italy 2012. So I want to have album name like this. Okay. So let me say app.get / pages, page name, sub page like that, and we'll call page handler serve page. It won't actually work right now because we haven't implemented support for that, but I just want to sort of show what's going to happen. So I'll say places album Italy 2012, and actually it's just going to generate the generic stub, and it'll, it just kind of did its best to guess what it should use for the bootstrapper. Now, I want to show us something with ordering. Let's say I want to say for an admin page, I want you to be authorized. So I'm thinking I can add a new route here, pages. If the page name is admin and you're asking for the sort of home admin page, I first want to call a middleware function here. It lets me check auth. So I'm going to check auth, and then only if that works do I then call serve page. So I'm going to write a function check auth here, which is it's a middleware function, so request response next, and I'm going to say if logged in as super user next, else res.end you can't do that, like that. And I don't need those brackets, I guess. So I want to add this little authentication thing. So I'm going to restart my server. Now I'm going to say pages album Italy 2012. That continues to work. Now I'm going to say pages admin home. Okay. What's happened here is I've actually just gotten my page stub again with it's doing its best to guess what the bootstrapper JavaScript is. I didn't actually, it seems as though I haven't actually executed this check auth function. If it had, it would have actually errored out because I haven't actually written this function yet. So let's write that in. Let's write that now, but it's just going to return false. So why didn't this function get called is what we want to know. And the reason for that is, again, I process these routes as I see them, and this matched before this matched. So it just went ahead and called serve page immediately. If I want to be sure that a more specific route gets called, I have to make sure it goes before the more generic route. So now I should be able to call this, and I should get a you can't do that error like that. So I just wanted to quickly clarify the importance of ordering in middleware because it is something that crops up, and I have spent a few hours here and there debugging, like trying to figure out why code is not being called, and it's frequently just because I've gotten the ordering of these middleware functions incorrect.